It's Amanda. If you're new here, I make content about crochet and other types of crafts as well. I do lots of content about market prepping and then market recaps. There's a lot coming up in the fall. So if you're into that kind of content, stick around, hit subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, give me a big thumbs up because that helps other people see it. I am very excited for this video in particular because I have been prepping all these fun Halloween / fall themed plushies and other kinds of makes as well, and I can't wait to share them with you. Every single pattern that I have in this video is completely free, and I would say most of them are beginner friendly. Now, most of them I have made, and I will show you my make, but I'm gonna tack a few on at the end that I haven't gotten around to making yet, but I do want to make before Halloween rolls around. Right now it's early September still, so I still have time, but I wanted to share as many free patterns with you guys as I could. So I'm gonna start off with the ones that I have already made, and yeah, let's get into it. Yes, I did borrow some little cat ears from my kids to be festive for the occasion. If you're in the market, they're from Dollar Tree. Great deal. Alright, so I thought I would start out with the candy corns. I have two different free candy corn patterns. One that is bigger and one that's a little bit smaller. So I thought that would provide a good mix. I think both of them are good, but let me show you. Okay, so this one is from Grace and Yarn. It is on a blog, and I'll put all the links to the blogs and or YouTube videos, whatever the source is, I will put those in the description so that you can get easy access to them. So this is the slightly larger one. Now I will say in the blog she uses acrylic yarn, which is more of a size 4, medium weight, worsted weight, whatever you want to call it. And this is a very thick plush yarn. So if you were to make it with acrylic yarn, it definitely wouldn't be this size. But I prefer to make things with plush yarn. So this is made in Bernat Blanket. But yeah, this turned out really well. I think it's a little bit tubular in this white section. Maybe I just needed to put a little bit more stuffing in though, so that may be on me. But yeah, I really like this one. Obviously, it's a little bit big. And so if you're doing crochet markets, I think this one is probably a little bit large. It might take a little bit longer. But if you're just wanting to make it for fun, maybe you want to make it for yourself, you want to give it as a gift to someone, absolutely beginner friendly, super simple. I mean, really, you know, there's nothing to sew on. It's very easy. Now, you absolutely could add a face to this, and I think she does include that in the instructions as an option if you wanted to make it have a face. I chose not to on this one because I think it might be more of a decor piece based on the size that mine turned out. But let me show you my second candy corn because I did put a face on that one. Okay, so this is a second pattern. This is by Okie Girl Bling and Things, also on a blog, and like I said, those will be in the description, the link to that. So this one I think is the perfect size. If I had to pick between the two, I would use this one. She does use plush yarn, so this is the intended size. This is super cute. I put the little face on it. I just love it. And it's just the same amount of beginner friendly as the other one, except that you can whip it up a lot faster. So 100% I will be making more of these because I have a couple fall markets coming up too. I know that are before Halloween. So I will definitely be making a few more of these candy corns to take with me. I think this is the perfect size to add a cute little face. It's just perfect. I don't know. I don't have anything to add, like to say that I didn't like about it. I just like it. Alrighty, so the next one is a little bit more creepy crawly, and it is this spider. Ah! Oh, he's got some fuzzy. This is the problem with working with black yarn, because now he has fuzzies all over him. Okay. So, oh, I'm gonna fix his legs. So this is a really interesting one. This is actually from a blog. It's from 2013 though. He's called Mr. Creeper, and the blog is called Sun's Popkies. I'll put a link. And again, the maker of the pattern used worsted weight yarn and a small hook. And she says that using that weight of yarn, he's supposed to be about 6 inches tall. So obviously, I use a thicker yarn. I like the plush yarn, like I said, so it works up just the same. In the bigger size yarn, you just have to use a 6.5 hook. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. I even used my red eyes, which I wasn't ever sure if I would have a use for the red eyes, because I make cute things, I don't make creepy things. But I think given the occasion, given that it's Halloween, this is gonna be a good addition. I think I might try to hang it from my booth like it's making a web. Oh, it'd be so cute. So I think I am gonna do that. But yeah, let me talk about the pattern. So it's I would say it's fairly simple in construction. So you're making the body, you're making the little head, which doesn't take long at all. You attach these little, I don't know what these are. They're not like the little, let me see what she calls them. Okay, so in the blog they're called jaws, so we'll say that. And then you do have to make, of course, 8 legs. Now, I know that spiders have 8 legs. Did I think about that before I was starting this? No. Did I think, hey girl, you're gonna have to make 8 individual legs? No, I wasn't thinking about that. And it did take a lot longer than I anticipated. But that's okay, it turned out well. So one of the fun things about this specific pattern that I had not tried before is you put you put pipe cleaners in the legs, and so that allows you to shape them. So like if you were using this as a decor item, maybe you put it on your mantle or you know, a shelf of some sort, you absolutely can shape the legs however you want. It's really easy to do. It only took 4 pipe cleaners because of the length. I was able to cut them in half. So if you don't have those on hand, that is something that you will need. Otherwise, I think the legs would just be sprawled out and it wouldn't quite have that spider look. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. It is going to take you a little while. I don't think, for me, it's going to be something I'm going to market prep just because of the length of time that it takes to make each one. But if you're just making it, you're not worried about markets. I know a lot of people are just making crochet for fun. Absolutely worth your time. I think, you know, once you make one, then you can keep it forever and it can be part of your decor, part of your Halloween decor, or you could give it to a friend who likes it. But yeah, this is Mr. Creeper, and I give it a big thumbs up. Just keep in mind, it is a little tedious to make all the legs, but you know what? Maybe other people don't have a short attention span like I do, so that may be just okay for you. Okay, moving on to the next one. I guess that's number 1, 2... I guess it's technically number 4 if you count both candy corns separately. This might be my actual favorite thing that I have made as part of this Halloween roundup. Let me show you this baby ghost. So here's the baby ghost. Isn't it so cute? Oh, it's so cute. And it has these little bobble stitch arms. I've actually made a lot of them. Yes, and I actually have made this in 3 different yarns. Let me tell you who the maker is. So this is actually a YouTube tutorial from Rose and Lily Crochet. I will put a link in the description. And so if you are somebody that wants to see that visual, who enjoys the YouTube tutorial, this is for you. It's very simple. It actually works up quite quickly. I've made 6 in this yarn. This is Chenille Home Slim from Michaels. It's like a off-white sort of yarn. So I've made 6 of these for my upcoming markets. The first one I made was this one. This one is made in Burlap Blanket, vintage white. And this one, I put the eyes a little further apart on this one, which makes him look a little silly, like a little goofy guy. I obviously, going with these, I put them a little closer. I think I prefer that on this one, but he's just a little silly goose. So I also added these little cheeks on this one. This is what it looks like in Burlap Blanket, a thicker yarn. And then I made this one, actually in worsted weight. I made it in acrylic. Look at this little guy. Oh my goodness. Just like with the red eyes, I didn't know when I would ever use these tiny eyes, but this was the perfect opportunity. He's so little. And this is all the same pattern, just using different size yarns and hooks. I think for this little fella, I'm gonna add a chain so that he can be a car hanger, hang on your rearview mirror. He's so cute. So if you are looking for a cute ghost pattern, totally free, YouTube tutorial, check this one out. I'm a big fan of it, and if they sell at my first market, I'm gonna be making a lot more for my second one. But yeah, he is absolutely adorable. Okay, the next item that I want to show is a pattern by Stitch by Faye, and this is a witch's cauldron. How cute is that? It has the little bobble stitches on the bottom to hold it up. You do these bobbles on top to make it look like the potion is brewing. It's just all really cute. Like, this would be so cute on, like, if you had a Halloween party, if you want to sit on the table. And this one that I made is in acrylic, which is, I believe, what she uses on the blog pattern. But I think if you made it in a thicker yarn, it would look really good, like, on a table as part of a decoration for maybe like a Halloween meal, Halloween party. It's just super cute. It does work up pretty quick. It's not, I wouldn't say it's all that difficult because you're basically just working up. You need to be able to do the bobble, but she explains how to do the bobble within the pattern. So if you're not familiar with that or you haven't done it in a while, you definitely could do it. So yeah, this one looks super cute. It's something a little different. I don't know that I've seen this all that much, like the cauldron ideas, so adorable. Alrighty, so the next one is less Halloween and more fall, so you could use it all through Thanksgiving, really until you move into Christmas, it would be appropriate. And it's this pumpkin that I made based on a YouTube tutorial, and that is by 1 Cent Crochet. If you've seen any of my other recommendation videos, you know that I really like her tutorials. They're always really easy to follow, and this one is no different. Now, I didn't do the step to specifically like scrunch up the sides to make it indented. I kind of liked the way it looked just round because some pumpkins look like that. And so my plan is to put this on my mantelpiece as part of my fall decor. And I really love this orange color. This is Burlap Blanket as well. And it's the same one I use in my candy corn. But this is like the perfect orange color for a pumpkin. This one was super duper easy. I think this is probably the easiest one out of all the ones that I've shown today. You start at the top with the brown or whatever color you're using for the stem, and then just work your way down. There's no sewing or anything. But yeah, she puts a face on hers. I wanted it to just be a more of a decor piece on top rather than, you know, an amigurumi with a face. But yeah, I think this is really cute. I think it's a good size. If you used a smaller yarn, obviously it would be smaller. Use maybe a perfect chunky, it'd be slightly smaller than this. If you use acrylic, it'd be quite small. But yeah, this is adorable. I'm gonna keep this on my mantelpiece for the rest of the fall. Alrighty, I did have to ditch the little kitty ears because they're made for children and they were pinching my little head. But the next pattern that I have to share with you is so cute, and it's a little bit different because it's not a plushie. So here it is. So this is a tiny treat bag. See the handle? This is from a YouTube tutorial, and the creator is called Jada and Stitches. I'll put a link. She makes hers out of acrylic, like lots of the other patterns that I've made. So hers are even more tiny. I think this would be really good if you have your kid in school and you need to send something for the Halloween party and you just have extra time on your hands. I don't think I'll be doing that for my kids' classes, but you know, if you were really ambitious, I think that would be really cute for that. Just put some little treats in there. Or, you know, maybe our house doesn't get a ton of trick-or-treaters because we don't have a sidewalk, so it could be cute if you know you don't get a whole lot of trick-or-treaters, or you just have one person you want to give a gift to, or a couple. It does work up quickly. You could do it any colorway you wanted to, so you really could do this like for Christmas, even in the future. But yeah, I think it's really cute. Oh, it could also be for like an 18-inch doll, like the American Girl dolls or the ones they sell at Target. You could make one, especially if it was made in acrylic. This is probably too big to be for that. Maybe not. My kids don't have one. But it would maybe work for that, especially in the acrylic size. So this is very cute, works up quickly. It's actually very easy. You would think this gap might be not so simple, but nope, very easy. So I recommend that if you want looking for something a little more practical that's not one of the plushie patterns. Okay, so that wraps up all of the patterns that I have personally already tried out. And so I thought I would share a handful of other patterns that would be good and I would like to try before Halloween. If I do, maybe, we'll see. But I want to offer as much value for you guys as possible. So the next one is actually in a very similar vein, but instead of being a tiny bag, it could be used as a full-size treat bag. And it is a Crochet Halloween tote bag by Repeat Crafter Me. And that is a YouTube tutorial as well. It's also on a blog, I believe. I think I saw it on the blog first and then followed it to YouTube. So you can view it either way. I know both have their drawbacks and advantages. If you're wanting more visual, obviously YouTube is better, but blogs, it's easier to view, but then, you know, they always have so many ads. My biggest tip for looking at crochet patterns on a blog is to, if you're on your phone, then you can go down and if you see the two little A's, if you have an iPhone, click on that and click show reader. So that makes it easier for people to read if they have problems with their vision, but it just makes, basically it takes all the ads off the page and it's not glitching everywhere, which is very frustrating, or it can be. So that's what I like to do, and then maybe even take a screenshot of that. Sometimes I'll do that if I know I'm going to make it multiple times. I'll take a screenshot and save it in my photos so that I won't have to like just deal with all the ads making the page blah, blah, blah. But back to the treat bag. So this is a full-size treat bag that your kids could use trick-or-treating. I mean, you could basically provide them an heirloom, I would think. It's made with acrylic yarn. The reason I didn't make it is because I thought it was going to take too long to get to that point. And you have to double up the strands of the acrylic to make it work better, make it thick enough to make sure you're not, you know, losing candy out any holes. So that's not something that I've worked with before. I don't think it's something I would recommend for beginners just because you're dealing with a lot more strings that can get tangled up. But it is a good method to make things more sturdy. I know I've seen people make full-on baskets with doubled up yarn. So definitely an option. I think he or she, I don't know, I haven't seen the video, but they have a couple of different very cute options, a jack-o'-lantern, a Frankenstein, and a kitty cat, at least on the thumbnail. And I'll put, the ones that I haven't made, I'll make sure I put a picture on this side. Alrighty, so the next one is going back to the plushies, which y'all might know is my favorite thing to make. But it's a ghost wearing a little witch hat. So it looks pretty similar to the ghost that I showed from Rose and Lily Crochet. But this one is wearing a little hat, and it looks like she has it both on a blog and on YouTube as well. So I will link to the blog because that's where I found it. But it looks like you can follow a link to the YouTube video, at least for the ghost part. I'm not sure if the hat is included in that. But it's extremely cute. I really want to know where she gets those eyes. It has giant eyes and they're clear on the side. They really add something. So that would be if you want to step up from the just plain little ghosts and you want to make it a little bit more festive. I think that's a really cute way to do that. Alright, so one final pattern that I actually do intend to try. I actually intended to try it for this one, but I just didn't have the right color green. I think this is number 10. Don't hate on me if my math is not right. I think that's right. But number 10 is a little mini Frankenstein, completely no-sew pattern. And this one is also by Stitch by Faye. And she was also the creator of the Cauldron. She has several Halloween patterns on there. I think she has a candy apple as well as a ghost coaster. So definitely check out her page. She's got some really cute stuff on there and a lot of it is free. I think I've used one of hers before, but I can't remember what it was. Maybe a whale. I think maybe one of the first whales I made was her patterns. But it's super cute. It's a little bitty Frankenstein, and it looks like, because it's so small, it would work up really quickly. She says it's no sew, so I definitely intend to make that. That would be really cute. And if it works up quickly, maybe I'll make some for my markets. I don't want to like totally overwhelm with the Halloween stuff, but I mean, it does look really cute. So that will wrap up all of my patterns that I recommend for Halloween / fall. All of them totally free, of course. Check out the description for the links to the blogs and YouTube videos that I referenced. I'll try to make sure to get all those in there for you guys. And I hope you really enjoyed it. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up so other people can also see it. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. I looked at my last video and it said that over half of the watch time came from people who were not subscribed. So if you haven't done that already, hit the subscribe. I still get excited every time I get a subscriber. So hit that button and I'll see you next time. Bye!